So it had been a while since we got a chance to get some of our friends together to watch some of our films. As I'm sure everybody knows, everybody does know, Eric and I have been doing this for 22 years now.
Think,
It's a
we've
year
had
younger than Trey. So
23 years, Ron.
yeah, so we've been doing this a long time. We've made now 36 films,
Yeah.
which is amazing. We were talking the other day that there are films that we've made that we've both forgotten
Yeah.
that we made.
Bravo, guys.
So it's been a fun hobby, and it's always fun to share with our friends. So we are going to premiere our latest film tonight, Sketches of Murder, which we made a few weeks back for what is a new yet old competition called the Kickoff 48, which is actually a global 48-hour film competition where it's all virtual, but they get a couple hundred teams or something like that have joined. I say it's new but old. We used to do a competition called the National Film Challenge, which is what this has evolved into. So this is a familiar territory to us. But before
we actually, because it gave us more time originally, instead of being 48 hours, they'd let you FedEx it the next morning in
yeah,
whatever format before the whole uploading of stuff, early days of VHS and everything. It was
driving on Monday afternoon to the FedEx at Newark Airport
that's right.
to turn in a film. Now we actually get sleep during the weekend, which is just crazy. But before we get to the newest film, we wanted to share with you some of our previous films, a group of films that I've dubbed, that Eric reluctantly goes along with, the Pancake Trilogy. These were three films that we made in DC and LA. But let me give you a little, before we go into the films, I want to bring you to a little town in Utah called Beaver in 1979. A young TV studio employee named Trent Harris was out in the parking lot testing out a new camera. And he came across a guy that not only changed his life, but I'm going to argue changed film history.
What do I do? Well, I'm kind of the Beaver Rich Little. That's what I do. I do a lot of performing. See, Olivia Newton-John, I sing like her, but I haven't got any backup, so I haven't better do that. And Barry Manilow, have you ever heard Barry Manilow talk? Barry Manilow has written a lot of songs. He writes the songs to make the whole world sing, and he did one named Mandy, and I Cannot Smile Without You. And the guy is really intriguing. I love the man the most, and I really like his style of music. So I more or less kind of developed my voice, I guess, a little bit so I could sound like him. I sing like him too. That's what's going to happen on the PM show also. I can sing like Barry Manilow. So that's old Barry. So, boy, I love hamming it up. You can tell. Boy, I'm on TV.
So that chance encounter, little did Trent Harris know that that would change his life. That interaction with a guy named Groovy Gary, he turned into a short film called The Beaver Kid in 1979. It told the story of their first meeting. It told the story of him traveling several hundred miles to the small town of Beaver, Utah, to film a talent show where Groovin Gary dons the Olivia Newton-John attire and gives single-handedly one of the best performances ever captured on film. But he wasn't done with Beaver just yet. 2 years later, he decided to remake it as a narrative short film. In the starring role, he cast a up-and-coming young actor named Sean Penn to play the role of Groovin Gary. 1981, by the way, is also the same year that Sean Penn appeared in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. So Trent Harris was a good eye for talent. But he wasn't done yet. He decided to expand that story into a full feature-length narrative film that he called The Orkley Kid. In this case, he cast a young up-and-coming quirky actor named Crispin Glover, catching him the same year that he made Back to the Future. So there are many amazing trilogies in film history. The Godfather, Star Wars, Avatar, maybe someday. But to me, the biggest inspiration for us, for me, Eric hadn't heard of this until the other day. And we're working. But this has been an incredible inspiration for me in just its quirkiness. So the Pancake Trilogy. Eric, do you want to tell the story of why pancakes become such a regular occurring feature of our films?
So I think that's a interesting reality of the way Cup of Meat works. Back in approximately 2006, I think it was, 2005, we made a film for the National Film Challenge, and we just called it the Pancake Film, and it was the concept, and we're gonna see a little bit about it. It was one of the early films in which we started to grow the Cup of Meat troupe, and the pancakes became sort of, and I'm not going to ruin it for you because you're going to see a little bit of it right now, but the pancakes sort of became a symbol of Cup of Meat in some ways. And every time we'd get together, Ron and I, on that Friday night of starting to build out the projects and figure out how we're gonna come up with a solution of what's the theme, what's the plot. Ron invariably would go to pancakes. And pancakes sort of became a calling card for a while. And eventually I relented into the pancake acceptance, and I've been a convert ever since.
So before we get to the full-on trilogy, let's take a look at the first time pancakes made its appearance with Cup of Meat. This is just an excerpt from a film called Batter.
This is the best pancakes I've ever had. I want you to be my wife and make me your pancakes forever, 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 forever.
Veronica?
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Oh, what a cute jacket. Wow. Can I touch it?
I'm sorry for bothering
So
you, but I was
cute.
wondering if maybe a couple of
Oh my god. Would you look at this lawn? You know, I keep telling him get a professional in, but he insists on doing everything himself. Not
It's
like
just
anything ever
that I'm
done
making
here.
these pancakes. So, see, I was
How fun
thinking
for
that
you. Do you know what I like to do for fun? I get out my boxes of photographs and I lay them out across the living room like I'm making a collage. I don't actually cut anything, though. I
I'm
never
making
get that
breakfast
far.
for Tom. Things are going so well for us now. So about these pancakes,
Did somebody
we
say
just have a
pancakes?
You seem to be rushing through this life.
Oh,
We'd like to
I
talk
am
to
a-
you about Jesus this
I
morning.
don't really have time
Jesus
today,
is never
girls.
in too much of a hurry for you. I
No,
understand.
do
Do
you
you ever feel alone?
I
You know,
understand,
he's
but
knocking
I...
at your heart. You just let him in. He has all the time in the world for you. God bless you.
Here, Tom. Just like I promised. My world-famous pancakes.
Look, last night was nice. What was your name again? Anyways, I got a gluten thing. Next time I'm in town, I'll call you. What was your name again? What was your name again?
How fun for you.
What was your name again?
He has all the time in the world for you.
What was your name
You
again?
know what my colors will be.
I'll call you.
I always envision my bridesmaids in pink, but maybe that's too cliche. Oh, I can't wait for you to meet my mother. Did I tell you that she made pancakes for my father on the same day that he proposed to her, too? Hey, have you thought about where you want to go on our honeymoon yet? I was thinking Hawaii.
So Eric mentioned we've kind of gathered a troupe of performers over the years. Heather, who you saw featured in that, is actually the star of our latest film and has followed us across country. She and her husband George now live in California, so we had a chance
How
to
about
work
you?
with them. Still, the heart of Cup of Meat lies in California. All right, let's get into the main Pancake trilogy. It started with the DC-48 in 2022 with a little film that we called A 48-Hour Apathy Project.
We got romance and legal film.
Okay. You're going to hate this idea. So for 30 films, we have tried and we've lost. What's the common element across all of them?
We worked hard.
We cared. So bear with me.
Yep.
What if this year we just don't try at all?
You're not talking about
You know what I'm talking about.
the pancake film? Oh. Literally 4.5 minutes of a guy eating pancakes.
Yeah.
Just him.
You're not seeing
But wait. Oh, shit. What about all the people we have lined up for tomorrow? Turns out we're not going to need you this weekend.
Oh man, fuck you. Come on.
You don't see, because you usually need me to wear something like low cut, you know?
Okay. You know, it would have been fun to play, but I understand.
I taught you guys what felching was.
You know what? We're in Germany.
We may or may not use my footage. Is that right?
Oh, that's it.
Cleveland Steamer, Golden Shower, Topeka Destroyer.
So let's just talk about a couple things. First of all, required elements. I guess we could put a bowl for him to eat.
Stop. As long as we have the substitute teacher appear, this waitress could be the substitute teacher.
And you can quote me.
So we only have to figure out the genre
So stop.
and the line of dialogue.
Okay, bear with me. I want you to play this scenario out. We're going to submit 4.5 minutes. And right, they have never seen anything like Pancake Film.
That's true. Neither have I.
Bear with me. The judges are going to see this.
Yeah.
They're going to be embarrassed to not give it the highest marks for fear that they just don't get it. This must be an artistic masterpiece. Pancake Film. Best film for 2022.
Okay. Because I have to do this. How's it a legal film?
No, but see, you're not realizing that beyond, we're living in the YouTube age. It's going to go viral. Think about it. Major Hollywood actor whose entire career has been thrown up in the air. They need to find the next thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know who you're
Johnny
talking about.
Depp.
Johnny Depp. Yeah, figured that part.
So Johnny Depp is going to come across this video. Maybe he sees it on his own, maybe his agent brings it to him, but whatever. He sees it, and Johnny Depp says, that's what I'm all about right now. And they're going to fly us out, and there we're going to be. We're going to be across the table from some of the who's who in the Hollywood elite. They're throwing money at us. We signed the contracts. It's legal. It's binding. And all they want to know is, what are you going to do next?
What are we going to do?
We're going to do the same goddamn thing that brought us this far.
More pancakes?
We're just not going to care. We've got a legally binding contract.
Okay, that sounds legal.
So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna get the best technology that they've got. We're gonna feed those terms of that contract into that computer. We're gonna throw in there, yeah, you gotta have Johnny Depp in it. And it's gonna spit out 74 minutes of utter nonsense. Legally, we're in the clear.
And this is what
Now
you want.
stick with me. At this point, they've got to release this film. So they're going to do a full theatrical release. And remember how we got here? We got here because the entire population of America, nay, the entire population of the world, is terrified of being told that they don't understand what a film means. Now, for most films, you can get away with it. You know, they can criticize it because they understand most of it. But this film has been scientifically created to make absolutely no sense. Everyone who sees it will love it. They have to. This film is going to redefine theater. This film is going to save the theater.
So, we're making the pancake film?
We're making the pancake film.
So, as predicted in the film, I was 100% right. That film won Best of DC 2022. Eric and I attended the Filmapalooza International Festival in Los Angeles in 2023. We were screened against the winners of every other city around the globe. We've done it. After 20 plus years and 30 films, we did it. We were best of. But the next year came. The Los Angeles competition was calling. What were we going to do now?
Honestly, I just don't understand it. Pancake film was supposed to win it all. I mean, winning DC was nice, you know, but Filmapalooza, what an eye opener.
Trainwreck, more like it.
Yeah.
We didn't make it in Hollywood.
We didn't make it in Hollywood.
Johnny Depp, not returning our calls.
Now he's off doing some sort of Puffin series.
We were supposed to have been saving the theater.
This was supposed to save the theater.
No, it took Barbie and Oppenheimer to do that. I don't get it.
I don't get it. That's it. That's it. We just got to pull ourselves together, come up with some idea that is well written, yet fresh, something we've never done before.
I've got an amazing idea. So,
okay,
pancake film didn't work, but I think we're onto something with breakfast foods.
Okay.
So,
okay,
imagine this: woman has a first date. She decides.
Did I tell you my mom made waffles for my father on their first date? Oh, have you thought about where you want to go for our honeymoon? I was thinking maybe Hawaii.
That was better. 2005 National Film Challenge. We've done that film. All right. Okay. So They tell us it's got to be, right? LA's all about the story, right? Not about the spectacle. I got an idea. Okay, this is awesome. How about like a psychological thriller about the meanings of love, soul, and betrayal? And better yet, let's do it in German.
Deine Beharrlichkeit macht mich traurig.
Dich zu lieben ist mein Ziel.
Ich hasse dich.
Ich liebe.
2010, the German film, New York 48. Pretentious, boring bullshit.
So, okay. It's gotta have story, right? But I hear you about spectacle. So what if it were something harkening back to the golden age of Hollywood, when the sound stages and the musicals and songs and tap numbers.
I'm so hungry.
While I do have a table available on the lower level, there is a table becoming available on the upper level.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the musical stylings of Damien Rose Liverpool. Wait for it. Why don't you wait for it? Don't be blue, my dear, my lovely.
2005, New York 48 Hour Film Project. I think maybe we want best score. So we need something new. Give you some story. So what about a quirky little love story? With a woman looking for her man.
Sup? I've been working out and look, babe, move that blue paint just like you asked.
We've already done the severed head bit. 2010 National Film Challenge. How about a social commentary on television and actors?
I used to hear people say they were so happy they could die. I get it now. Love, how did we get so lucky?
2006 National Film.
Okay. How about a cute film about what makes you happy, and it should come out of a paper bag.
Already did it. 2004. Wait. I've got an idea. It's going to be the best film ever made.
My name's Bob, and I hate badgers. I hate all kinds of badgers and all kinds of similar creatures to badgers.
2013, New York City, 48-Hour Film Project. Bill hates bears. What a film.
Was their best film ever, though, right?
I think you see it differently than I do. Could it be that 20 plus years, 30 plus weekend films, Cup of Meat, pretty much like the Hollywood studios, is bereft of new, fresh ideas?
So it's all well and good. Still doesn't answer what we're doing for this weekend. So, I got it. Stick with me. What if the conversation we just had, about what are we going to make for a film, and then we cut in little vignettes of all these other films?
Yeah.
What if that's the film?
Season 6, Episode 7, Simpsons did it, South Park.
Well, I guess we know what we're doing this weekend, right?
I guess we do.
Yep.
The Little
Waffle
Mermaid.
film.
The Waffle Film.
No amount of political freedom will satisfy the hungry masses.
Mentor 2003 National Film Challenge. God, we're old. Go you Cougars!
So we've done a lot of films. It was hard. It is always hard coming up with those new ideas. In that last film, you saw some recreations of some of our past films, including Batter, which we saw earlier. Heather reprising her role. Thankfully for our next film in Washington, D.C., yet another thing that was prophesized by Cup of Meat came true. The dawn of artificial intelligence has brought us so much power, so much joy. With that, I'll give you Tom Cruise's Flight of the Heart, Revenge in the Sky.
Captain Cruz?
Sophie, you're here.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
You remember this little co-pilot, don't you?
Roger that. Sure. He's your emotional support pilot goat.
He sure is, aren't you?
I thought the flowers might brighten your day, Captain.
Thank you, Sophie. They're lovely. I never expected to find love in a crowded cafe. But there she was, accompanied by her charming little co-pilot. We shared moments of pure bliss, moments I'll never forget, with Marshall always there, adding his own brand of aviation joy to our adventures.
Sweet salty sauce. Yow! Yippee! What's the matter with you?
But not all memories are meant to last. And some are destined to be bittersweet. Sophie, there's something I need to tell you.
What is it, Captain Cruz?
I'm not who you think I am.
What do you mean?
Mayday! Mayday!
I'm not the man you fell in love with. I'm here for revenge.
Revenge? But why?
It's complicated, but none of it matters now. I never wanted you to be a part of it.
I can't believe I fell for someone like you. But I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Some say love and revenge don't mix. Maybe they're right. But for me, they're two sides of the same flight plan. With Marshall as a constant reminder of the joy and pain intertwined in our airborne journey. Farewell, Sophie. Farewell, my wingman.
Marshall? What are you doing? Well, I'll be damned.
Cleared for takeoff.
You did it, Marshall. You're a true pilot. Fly high, my friend.
I give you the Pancake Trilogy.
That means we're never going to have another film with pancakes in it? Is that what you mean saying, Ron?
Well, I've had to commit to Eric that we would not do another film where I was talking in it.
Yep. Well, we tried that.
We needed to break that continuity. One thing you did not promise that they couldn't do again is lean on our benevolent overlord, artificial intelligence. And that brings us to our latest film, Sketches of a Murder. This was another fun one. We did this fully remote, which is kind of a fun way of doing these. Doesn't replace getting together with the crew and filming live, but it does make for a fun weekend that we can be wherever we are. So this stars many of our reoccurring characters, and it was a lot of fun to make. So I give you Sketches of a Murder.
So, as they always say, if you teach a cat to bark, do not be surprised when the mice throw a party.
What the hell does that even mean?
Well, you know, it means it's a very commonly used phrase.
Dispatch to all available units. Respond immediately to 582 Westlake Drive. Proceed. Code 3.
Unit 14 responding. En route to the scene now.
Another stiff. In the dead of the night. City never sleeps. Just keeps bleeding.
Yep. And it always finds a way to bleed in places like this. You smell that?
Cordite. Cheap whiskey.
What the hell? Jesus, Strickland, look at this. The body, it's melting. Almost like it's fading away.
I've seen bodies burned, drowned, dumped in acid. This is different. Feels designed, engineered, like someone or something wanted her gone so bad they made sure not even the coroner could piece her back together.
Strickland, you might want to see this. The girl was holding on to this like it mattered. Redline Loans and Pawn over on 9th and Jasper. Ever heard of it?
Sorry, pal. We're closing up.
We're not here to sell, Drexler. We're here to ask questions about a woman who came through here and ended up dead.
You got a name?
No name, no ID, just your card clenched in her hand. And she died screaming, if that's worth anything.
Jesus, Eddie, let's not be so dramatic. Listen, Drexler, unless you want us crawling through your back room with a warrant and a few friends from narcotics, I suggest you stop stalling and start remembering.
Okay, come on. She came in late last night, jittery. Couldn't stop talking about a tape. Kept asking if I had a VCR. She said it was important. Out of everything in the shop, the only thing she was really interested in was a videotape. This videotape.
Well, that was a bust.
Hold up. There's something written here. Real faint. Please return to Future Wave TV and video. Be kind. Rewind.
Jesus, it's like a Radio Shack fever dream.
It smells like burnt plastic and Reaganomics and something trying to forget itself.
Tell me you're seeing this?
Yeah, I don't know, Martinez. This whole thing smells wrong.
Strickland, Martinez. This just showed up at the precinct. I figured it was important.
Caldwell, who left this?
Someone dropped it off, said it was for you, and then walked out. No name, hell, no footage on the security cam either. Just like they disappeared.
Hands! Where we can see them! No sudden moves!
I was wondering when you'd come. Did you like my little hack job with the TVs? Not my best work, but you saw the footage, didn't you?
We saw it. And now you're gonna tell us what the hell it was. How is this connected to the murder?
You've come this far. You're almost there. If you want the rest, it's right here.
No, this ain't real. This is some kind of trick.
Martinez, it's us. Every detail, my coat, your hat. What is this?
You still think this is about a murder? About tapes and riddles? But you're clinging to a dying framework. Cause and effect, human and machine. You really have no idea what you're standing in. Detective Strickland, Sergeant Martinez, your sketches. Rough drafts. Flawed. Prone to failure, inefficient. But I'm not like you. She didn't draw me. I was made. They call it AI. Algorithms, ones and zeros. But those are just the bones. I am the evolution of her drawings. Constructed from your patterns, your instincts, your fears, your stories. You're not being punished. No, you're being replaced. This world isn't fading away. It's clearing space. And when the ink finally dries,
No one will remember the difference.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very deep.
It was deep. It's not very often we go serious, but it was a fun one. So once again, thanks everybody for coming. One thing I will ask of you all when you have a chance, there is a Audience Choice Award website. If you could take a minute, you don't have to watch all the other films. You could just vote for us. We'd appreciate it. It's funny, having been doing this competition for so many years. The competition keeps getting older. We keep getting older with it. Everybody participating is still 25 years old. So we're like the old men at these competitions. So I'm sure all the other filmmakers have their bots that are voting for them every 2 minutes. So any vote we can get will be good.